Hey Wes, I left some detailed comments, but I have been watching you for a minute now, and I thought, you know what? Video response. Yeah, getting some old school YouTuber vibes jamming up in here. For anyone else watching, why? I know my wheelhouse, and it is well within the tens of views. Yeah. My name is Crumbine. I am a writer, filmmaker, and storycraft enthusiast. This is Emergency Creative, and this is also a video response to a fellow mustache enthusiast, and one of my favorite tiny channels you have absolutely, definitely never even heard of. SideQuest Wes. Because, again, that's my wheelhouse. All the tiny, insignificant shit that YouTube doesn't care about. So listen, Wes, not that it matters, I am just a fellow nobody on YouTube, but you are getting a video response from me, so, you know, that's gotta count for something, right? But there are 3 things that attracted me to your channel, and I wanted to share those things with you in hopes that you don't get lost, chasing after some dumb fucking gear that has zero bearing on your creative output and whose only real purpose is to separate you from your hard-earned money. The gear's purpose, not something else's, right? That made sense. We're on the same page. My point is, I speak from experience. And look, don't get me wrong. I love the tech as much as, if not more, than the next guy. And if you have the budget to play with all those fancy new toys, go fucking nuts. I don't actually give a shit. But whatever you do, don't delude yourself into thinking that this new camera or that new lens is going to truly impact your creative process. Because it probably won't. Again, brother, seriously, speaking from experience. Okay, 3 things that attracted me to SideQuest Wes. That's right. I said it. Just leave it be. Let it soak. Number 1. Way back, you were doing a run of videos as an iPad content creator, a very healthy, very decent niche to be playing. And although I understand, I've seen through your progress the very limitations of that niche when you commit to it, which, if I make this video response about me, is exactly why I am always failing at committing to any niche whatsoever. But that was how I first found your channel, as a fellow iPad enthusiast trying to figure out how to do my own high-end creative work on the iPad. I have always been curious to see how others tackle this same challenge. And with few exceptions, the challenge is just fucking dumb. Drawing and illustration in Procreate, music creation in GarageBand, the most basic of video edits. Those are the things that iPad can be really good at, along with being just a brilliant everyday computer and absolutely my preferred writing tool. Dude, I tried so hard to make video editing on the iPad work for me, and the closest I ever got was clipping my audio projects down using the Apple Pencil in Final Cut before migrating the project back to the Mac for real editing. And that entire process, that workflow, I don't even waste my time on that shit anymore. Here's what you need to know about editing on Apple Silicon. If you're living in 1080p, and there is nothing wrong with that at all, even now in friggin' 8K 2026. But if you're living in 1080p, you can go all the way back to an M1 MacBook Air with 8 gigs of RAM and no internal cooling and still get blistering performance for basic edits. Even pushing it to 4K, you won't really see many problems. That is how good Apple is at handling video. Where the issues arise is primarily the complexity of your timeline. And this has always been my personal mountain, because my professional projects can be kind of insane. To put that insanity, I guess, into perspective, let's try this. My desktop is an M3 Ultra with 96 gigs of RAM, and yes, I have successfully broken even that machine with my professional edit workflows. And here's what I mean about timeline complexity. Multiple layers, titles and effects, motion graphics, color corrections, the works on every single shot. When you are doing that level of work, that is where you will quickly hit the compute ceiling. And if you are using an iPad or something without active cooling, yes, as you have already learned, you hit that ceiling even faster. But that's kind of the whole point of this diatribe. You don't make those videos. And judging from all the buying advice on YouTube, most YouTubers don't make those kinds of videos. So when you are struggling to get your iPad to export an 11-second video, I can tell you instantly, straight up, there is something else going on with that sucker, which obviously was the connected monitor, probably the higher res XDR display monopolizing the iPad's GPU, which is still fucking bullshit, but that is an Apple quality control problem, and as you already know, just part and parcel of computing on iPad. Now, if I were in your shoes at this particular stage, I would prioritize screen real estate. That is a quality of life improvement that has real impact when all the basic processing is virtually the same across devices. So you already have the 11-inch iPad, which is the perfect portable device, even with the Magic Keyboard. So why have a 13 or 14-inch laptop? Get rid of that shit and go with a Mac Mini with a Pro chip. Look for deals on Amazon or go to the refurbished store. And then pair it with a large display. Personally, I have the first gen Studio display alongside a 46-inch Samsung TV. And honestly, despite like the quality of the television, I still do most of my work on the TV. But then again, these eyeballs are 41 years old and, well, they need all the help they can get. Moving on, the second thing that attracted me to your channel was your love for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I myself never bought one, but I also have a whole fucking mess of cameras I never use. I don't really need to be adding to that particular collection. At least that is what I continuously am screaming at myself. My point is that your Osmo Pocket 3 review, which I think you have unlisted, but I have actually saved in a playlist because I enjoyed it that damn much. This review, or maybe it was a review on the Lighthouse that also happened to be about the Osmo Pocket. I might be conflating those, but again, that kind of is a testament to your particular special sauce. Both of those were very engaging videos. And if they were the same video, even better. And also, it was, what, a year ago, year and a half, 2 years ago? I don't know when it feels like a long time ago that you made those videos. That review was a kind of small tuber genius. I don't know why you unlisted it. I I loved it. I have shared that particular video with other people. And that small tuber genius thing, that's actually the third reason I am attracted to SideQuest West. You have such an effortlessly weird and awkward on-screen personality. I'm telling you, it pulled me right in, and I could watch you talk about almost anything, like a video about carpet, which was also some kind of surrealist genius. I'm in a quiet kind of awe of you, Wes. And that's kind of the main point here. You already have such a unique voice that you don't need to waste your time chasing random gear. No one watching gives a shit. As long as you have good audio, which you do, your actual video quality is, whatever. It's a tough pill to swallow, I know, and nobody likes to hear that, but seriously, how often are you swayed by someone's video quality, assuming it's not like shot on a potato or something? And unless you're pulling off genuinely cinematic art, look, just focus on sharpening your storytelling and that brilliant fucking voice of yours. Everything else is just it's just useless friction that slows down your creative process. There is a time and a place for upgrades, but you need to exhaust the tools you have now before you even think about upgrading. And those tools you do have now, especially with your voice and comedic timing, forget about it. You are totally golden right here, right now. All right, Wes, keep making weird videos. I will be watching. For everyone else, like and subscribe if you like liking and subscribing. I make videos about film and television, creative craft, and the occasional topical outrage. And if you appreciate what I am doing here, be sure to check out my feature film or those audiobooks that were partially edited on my iPad. They are all free right here on YouTube. Links are down there in the description. And until next time, stay creative, friends.